We now move to the uneven bars. From Ukraine, here is Victoria Karpenko.
This young lady has enormous potential. We've talked about this before. She's had some injuries that have kept her out of major competitions, including the Olympics and the World Championships last year. This is one of her best events. In fact, she has 2 moves named after her. One of them's coming up right here. That full pirouette, nicely done. Oh, a little short in that handstand, but a good, clean connection otherwise. I don't think you're going to find more well-conditioned athletes anywhere. She's strong, clean, and very intense. Ukrainian team very solid on the bars. All of the gymnasts scoring in the mid 9.5 range. There is that move called the Karpenko. It's an inverted giant swing, hop, full pirouette back to inverts. And look at the clean execution on that release move. This is the best I've seen her look. Beautiful laid out double somersault. Intensity in that landing.
She has been bothered her last 3 years with injuries, which have held her back. 9.737 for Karpenko. 9.737, excellent. Back to the vault, the United States, Vanessa Atler.
Oh, man. Boy, did she fly that vault, Chris. You can see it in her face. Yeah, I hit a good one, didn't I, Coach? This is the double twisting Yurchenko, and she really launches this. Now, we've actually seen her do it even a little bit higher and slightly cleaner. She has a great push off the horse. Nice mechanics in the air, and boy, that's a clean landing.
The national champion this year, 9.637 on her first vault. Once again, it's the average.
And excuse me, the Americans had been complaining after day 1 that their scores were a little bit tight. I thought that could have been even a little bit of a higher score there. Let's see her second vault, again from a 9.9 start value. The gymnasts in the team final have to do 2 different vaults, not necessarily from different families, but 2 different vaults. And this one is a handspring laid out front with a half. Nice execution, just slightly over-rotated. Believe it or not, she can actually do that vault with a 1.5 twist.
And vault number 2 registers a 9.5 plus, and her average 9.5 plus. The first rotation is complete. Russia, Ukraine, China, and the United States. The favored Romanians have yet to go. The same with the up-and-coming Australians. ESPN's coverage of the 1999 World Gymnastics Championships are brought to you by Marlo and Bart Connor back at the 1999 World Championships. As the teams move to the second rotation, one important aspect of the World Championships is determining the 12-team Olympic field.
Yes, and that is for many teams the most important goal at these World Championships, is a guarantee that they get their team into the Olympics. As you can see, those are the top 12 that will go as complete teams to the Olympics, all the way down to Belarus, which was the 12th and final qualifier to Sydney.
Okay, the start of rotation number 2. Our first look at the Romanian squad. And here is Maria Olaru on balance beam.
We saw Olaru about 2 years ago competing nationally and internationally, but last year she had a knee surgery around this time and kept her out of some major events. She's very clean and she's very consistent as well as balanced. She's good on all of the events, but particularly strong on the floor and the vault.
She's had a great junior career. Does that normally translate to a great senior career when you move up?
Sure does, and the experience that she gained as a junior I think will help her here. She has not competed in a world championship before. only 2 members of the Romanian team have. That's Simona Amanar and Corina Ungurianu. The other 4 members of this team have never been in a major meet, and yet they're still considered one of the favorites here.
First international competition, 1995 at the China Cup, where she finished 10th in the all-around.
And a very clean double twist off the side. Now that routine was not spectacular, nothing really unusual, but typical for the Romanians, very clean and solid. Good execution.
Romanian Maria Olaru, 9.687 for her beam routine. Let's now move to the floor exercise. This is Ling of China.
She is 16 years old. Spectacular on the uneven bars. The Chinese team not as powerful on the floor and vault as the team we have seen from them the last couple of years. It's a very young team here. Very pretty presentation. A little weak in the tumbling. Most of her tumbling elements were twisting elements. She did no double somersaulting elements. There's a 2.5 twister right to a punch front, and like Horkina, a little bit underpowered, let's say.
9.625 for Ling. Let's move now to the uneven bars for the United States. Here is Kristen Maloney, the national all-around champion this year.
She also has 2 moves named after her on the uneven bars. She's very aggressive here. Watch this combination. Toe on, full pirouette. Nicely done. Already for the Americans, Jeanette Antolin had a 9.25. Morgan White a 9.2. Here she is setting up for the dismount. Okay, nice going. Now Vanessa Atler, also from the U.S. team, had only a 9.075, struggled on the bars, so they needed this performance from the Americans, and they got it out of Kristen Maloney. Watch these powerful giants into a laid-out double somersault with a full twist. She just piked down a little bit on the landing.
The score for Kristen Maloney of the United States, 9.212. 9.212 for Maloney. Quickly now, here's Elise on bars.
This is an event where she is spectacular. Talk about clean execution, beautiful form. she can even do a routine with a more difficult element in. Perhaps she'll go for it in the finals. Nice form on that finish. Jack Carter, the coach at Parkettes and one of the coaches at this World Championship for the U.S. team, happy with that performance. Look at her body line, toe point, clean position in the air on the double layout with a full twist.
Elise Ray is an 11th grader at Wild Lake High School, and she receives a nifty 9.725. Good score
Well
for
deserved.
Elise Ray. Yes. The standings at the moment, the United States and China have completed 2 rotations. Technically, they are 1-2. Russia opened strongly on floor, and surprisingly, Romania lagging in 5th. They had 2 falls on beam. We'll be back.